Lend and borrow. These words seem simple, yet because they are so close to one another, they can be tricky to master. So, what is the difference between lend and borrow? Lend is the act of giving something to someone for a period of time and then taking it back. Borrow is the act of taking something from someone for a period of time and then returning it. How is lend used in everyday life? Lend means to give or do something for someone else to use, but with the understanding that it will be given back or returned at a later date. Examples of lend in a sentence are: I'm going to lend you my phone for today. I'll lend you my car for the day, but I need it back by tomorrow evening. Would you lend me $10 for lunch today? Borrow. What is the proper way to use the word borrow? Borrow means to receive something from someone else, with the understanding that it will be given back sooner or later. The word borrow can be used in two different ways. The first one is when you borrow something from someone. I borrowed my sister's car to go to work today. I'm going to borrow your pen for a minute, okay? The second one is when a person borrows something from you. Let's see some examples to better understand this. Can I borrow your phone because I need to make a phone call? Could I please borrow $10 for lunch? How are these words used when referring to the past? The word borrowed is the simple past form. And some examples are: I borrowed my friend's car for the day. She borrowed $5 from me last night. Lent is the proper way to express lend in the simple past. Example sentences using lent are: I lent my friend $50 and he should pay me back tomorrow. I lent him my pen. I lent him my jacket. He lent me his car for the day. She lent me her pencil, and now I must return it. These are all good examples of using lent. What do you say when you can't borrow or lend something? How do you form a negative? Some examples of lend in the negative are: I can't lend you any money this month. I won't lend you my car. I'm not lending that to you. There are times when you cannot borrow something. Here are some examples when using it in the negative. I can't borrow your car. You can't borrow my laptop because I need it for class now. My son can't borrow your car because he doesn't have a driver's license yet. We can't borrow money from the bank because we won't qualify for a loan. Lend versus borrow. We have seen and listened to many examples. Each one uses a different method to construct the sentence. Read and listen to the examples until you feel confident about using both. Remember that there are other tenses and negative forms. Now you have mastered these two similar concepts.